Hello once again, I'm Rebecca and this is Bernette. And we are Spirit Speaks and Spirit will be speaking. So let's find out who is with us. Who is with us?
We have Broken Arrow. He is a Native American. And interestingly enough, we both have Native American, well, obviously, I have Native American blood.
I do have Native American blood as well.
So we have a Native American named Broken Arrow. He says he gets his name because he was so precise in his archery that he could split an arrow. And so they called him Broken Arrow.
Wow, that is...
And he could do it from horseback.
Wow.
He was good.
Hello, Broken Arrow.
Greetings.
And so, Broken Arrow, can you tell me what part of the America or the country you lived in?
Near the middle, central middle America, in the heart of
where Kansas and Nebraska area would be.
Yes.
Can you tell me the year or a year that you can recall?
Yes, I recall, well, a few years. Around 1813, I was a teenager.
What was life like for you?
At that time, it was changing. It was changing. I was Broken Arrow, and I got that name when I was 14 on our hunt, and I was able to split the arrows of other hunters. We were always moving. We were always working. That was just the life. But we were happy. And we had peace. And we were so proud. And we had our own place, our own station. And I must say, there's this misconception around of people that we Native Americans didn't have homes or we were always moving about. We moved, but we had stationary places as well. It's like, do you not travel and just come back home? Yes, we moved about, but we came back. We lived in many different ways, so there was no one way of living.
Yes,
but I had a good life.
Yeah,
I had fun. I had a close family. We were very close. My people were close. So we celebrated life.
What tribe did you come from? What was the name
I'm getting
of your people?
Sioux.
You were Sioux Indian?
I would have called it Southern Sioux.
Were your people always in that part of the country, or were you relocated there?
We were not relocated there. There were people who came there. Things started changing in the 1830s, 1840s. I was older then, but things started changing. We were getting pushed out in big numbers, and where we were is where people were coming to. And the dynamics were changing. This country that we had that was being taken from us.
How did that make you feel?
Angry, powerless. Our people dying. Diseases that were not here before. and no one cared. And we could not fight back with what we had. We couldn't fight back. We still can't. We still don't have power. No one cares still. But we were proud then.
Do you have any regrets from that lifetime?
Yeah, I do. I don't know if it would have made anything any better. But I probably would have, used my arrows a little bit more often on the first foreigners who invaded our lands, so that they perhaps wouldn't have come back, but we treated them with kindness and we were rewarded with death. I would not make that mistake again.
Do you still have sorrow? Do you still carry the sorrow from that event?
No, I don't. I understand. It was a time. It was a life. It wasn't right. What they did wasn't right. What they're doing isn't right. What has been done isn't right. But that's on them. I am at peace. But you asked if I had any regrets, I would have done that. I wouldn't have let them come in. We wouldn't have let them come in. We wouldn't have treated them with open arms and kindness, because they killed us. I mean, that would be foolish to do that again. But I have no regrets besides that. And my life is at peace.
What was your life purpose in that lifetime?
I helped gather food. I was one of the leaders in my village, in my community, and I was a spiritual leader, and I was a fierce hunter. Yes.
So what did you learn about yourself for that lifetime?
You can only control what you can control. There were things we tried to control that were outside of our control, and we learned that very quickly. There were things that we couldn't do about what was being done. And I learned that it wasn't my job to fix everything. I could only do what I could do. I could only control the things that were in my power. All of us could only do so much. It's like using sticks against a tsunami. You have to, at some point, come to peace and come to terms with what's happening, and just control your own emotions, your own heart, your own mind, and be at peace. But you don't stop fighting. I learned that. You don't stop fighting. You don't just resign yourself to defeat. But if you are defeated, then be at peace with that.
Is that a message you would give to your Sioux brothers who are here today?
I would. I know they're fighting right now. And I would say, don't stop fighting. Don't stop resisting. Don't go out and simply say, we give up. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep fighting. Keep resisting. Keep doing what you're doing. Because if you happen to lose, you lose with honor, you lose with grace, and you can lose with peace, knowing that you've done all that was in your power and in your control to do. And know that we are standing with you on this side. We are aiding you.
When you see what is happening in the Native American country and land, does it make you angry?
Anger is a difficult emotion. It's based on a human mind, and I'm not a human mind person, physical mind anymore. But it saddens me to see the effect it has on my people. That does touch my heart because it hasn't ended. Since the invaders came to this country, it hasn't ended. And that saddens me, that even now they're being assaulted. My people are being assaulted, are being disrespected and treated as less than. Why? Just because they can be.
Is there a greater purpose behind what we see happening in this country with Native Americans?
There is. Many people won't understand it. Some days I don't know if I do. But we were the first people here. We are the example. We were here to protect the land. We tried. We honored the land. We honored our mother. And I believe that it is finally happening. People are finally beginning to see the important role that we played. And there are others who are standing up with us, who are standing up beside my brothers and sisters who continue this fight to protect the land. And it makes me happy to see my brothers and sisters have a call to action because they felt lost. They spent a lot of years feeling lost because they've been corralled into death-barren lands, given alcohol and disease and things that suck the soul and life out of you. That's what they were given. Where the lush lands were given to the invaders, my people were relinquished to deserts and plateaus where nothing grows. They were given casinos. And now this is the issues now have brought life back into them. I think it's renewed their understanding of their purpose on this planet, on this country, on this continent, and the power that they can have when they rise up as Native Americans, as the original people of this country, that they can affect change, that they do have some power against what felt like a monster. When I lived, it was a monster. That was 200 years ago. And we're still fighting that monster. That would push us out of the way as if we didn't matter, as if we didn't exist. So yeah, there's a purpose to what's going on now. It's to help them remember who they are, how powerful they are, how powerful we are when we stand together. And it's not, and this is more than just my Native American brothers and sisters. I speak to you as well. You carry that blood in you. There's so many of the black men and women who carry the same blood that we carry, but we don't identify. It's them, us. We are all in this together. Where one is hurting, the other is hurting. They build these walls to divide us so that we can't be strong. They build these walls so that I don't see you as a sister. I see you as someone else. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. It's a slick game that they are playing because they did it with us. They divided we didn't have these tribal names that we have now. We didn't have all those tribal names. We had those came so much later when we had to define our territory and define, this is my land and this is your land. We didn't have that before the white man came here. We didn't need that. We were one. You may have lived over there. I lived over here. We got together sometimes. It was only when we had competition for the few resources that were being doled out by the invader that we had to start dividing ourselves to protect ourselves, a little bit that we had. No, we don't need to be like that. We don't need to live like that. God, split that arrow. Don't split this arrow. Man, there's just one arrow. We have to realize it. This thing with Native Americans and blacks and Latinos. It's a fool's game. It's a fool's game. It keeps you down. It keeps you divided. And if you let it, you'll wind up the same way we did. They are already doing it. You're in pockets. They keep you separated. Make sure that you don't have any power together. No collective power. And that's what they did to us. Don't let it happen.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
It's empowering. Wow. Whoa. So that, I assume, would be a message to your people and to my people and to all ethnic groups. Labels.
Yes. Yes.
To remove labels. We're all one people.
Yes, we are one.
What would you say, for a final question, what would you say would be helpful for the healing of your people, my people, all of those who have come and have become wounded by the system?
Some kind of victory. There needs to be a victory in being acknowledged. We've all been swept under a rug. The attempt of being ignored, the problem of being ignored, and to be recognized and validated that we exist, that we matter, that our lives are just as precious as anyone else, and that we have every right to be here and have the same opportunities. That would be a victory. When my people are gunned down and someone cares, that's a victory. Because right now, it's just swept under the rug. Right now, it's a blip on the radar. And it takes this collective uprising, it takes this collective momentum to bring that about. That's going to bring about that victory. It's coming. We can't help it because the world is changing faster than anyone can stop it.
Thank you. Thank you, Broken Arrow.
Thank you.
And with
Thank
that,
you, sister.
I would say love and light to you.
Thank you. And you as well.
Thank you.
Go in peace.
Thank you. With that, we'll say goodbye.